everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today I want to share with you a little bit about my journey through minimalism and just what minimalism means to me and how I apply that to my life. Because I believe minimalism is, a very personal thing. It means something different to everyone. So for me, minimalism doesn't necessarily mean having less, but just making more room for the things that really matter to you. So today I just wanted to share with you guys 10 things that I just either stopped buying or just threw away or just donated or just got rid of and said no to right off the bat. Number 1, childhood toys. I've gotten rid of most of my childhood toys a long time ago, but there were still a few when I was moving out that I still had lingering around, whether it was like a stuffed bear or I had some horse figurine toys. I really had to just, I had to detach myself from those memories and from those childhood toys just so that I could move on with life, because I didn't need to bring all my childhood toys with me to adulthood. Number 2, jewelry. I already do not wear a lot of jewelry. I'm just not a big jewelry wearer. And when I was younger, I really said to myself and to others that I was never going to spend a whole bunch of money on jewelry. I was never going to wear diamonds and gold and all that stuff because it's just a big waste of money. But as I got older and I started buying, all that Forever 21 jewelry and from Icing and Claire's and stuff, I already didn't own a whole lot of jewelry, so I didn't really have a lot of it. But the stuff that I did have, I wasn't super in love with it, and it would just break and tarnish and just be no good after a really short time. So what I actually did was I got rid of all that junk jewelry. And I started buying just a couple things. I really only have a couple pieces of jewelry, but they are real gold or sterling silver, and they mean a lot to me. And in buying these kind of nicer quality pieces, I know that they'll last longer, and it's just more sustainable to have, a few pieces that last you many years versus a bunch of different pieces that you've collected that just keep breaking and tarnishing and just getting old and useless. Number 3 are those super annoying, well, I think they're annoying, these hangers. These are the hangers that are at the store that the clothes are hanging on when you're at the store, and usually they ask you if you want to keep them or not, and you usually say no. So I don't know how I ended up with 10 or 15 of these hangers. They're so loud and they clank together, and they were just annoying me so much. Be clanking around and falling all over the place, and so I've said no to those annoying hangers that drive me crazy. Number 4, faux plants. I don't know why I ever thought that having faux plants would be a good idea. I'm just a person who really loves having plants in my home. I love flowers and I love having plants, and it just brings me a lot of joy. And I don't know why I thought that faux plants would give me that same joy and satisfaction, because they just don't. No matter how realistic they look, no matter how expensive they are, they just really fail to bring me joy. At first, I really liked having them. They were easy, and they didn't die. They were just good, well-behaved plants. But they weren't real plants, and they just gathered a bunch of dust, and it did not help my allergies. I'm sorry, faux plants, but you're just a waste of space. Number 5. Number 5 is blankets. I love blankets. I love being warm and cozy, and I just love wrapping myself in blankets. But I started getting a blanket for every occasion. I need a white one, I need a plaid one, I need a Christmas one, I need a summertime blanket. So I do have a few blankets that I love, and I have just said no to buying more blankets. So number 6. So with this one, just put number 6 and 7 together. Number 6 is souvenirs, number 7 was mugs. Lake Tahoe was so expensive, I could only afford half a cup. Especially ladies, I know we love our mugs, and there must have been a time where I owned like 30 mugs. I have said no to so many mugs, and I have given away or donated so many mugs, I can't even tell you. They would take up so much space in your cupboard, and honestly, I never used them. And then with souvenirs, whoever's in that business makes a lot of money, especially if you go to like Disneyland. I know there are so many things, so many souvenir stands and shops everywhere you go. If you want something to remember the trip by, for me, I usually take a lot of like photos and videos and stuff. But when you want like an actual thing, what I've always done actually as a kid was I've used my penny passport, and you can keep all your pennies in here. And it's very small. I don't know if this is just a United States thing or if they have them in other countries, because I've actually never been out of the United States. But I think that's just a really cool way to collect souvenirs without all the clutter and all the useless things. Also, they don't cost very much. A lot of them cost 51 cents because you gotta put 2 quarters in and a penny. But seriously, you get a souvenir for 51 cents. It's less than $1. All right, number 8, shoes. Shoes are so hard, especially for women or for people, you know, who are very stylish. We like to have like a pair of shoes for every outfit. But I have gotten rid of so many shoes over the years. My feet, you know, stopped growing when I was like 12, so I've just accumulated a lot of shoes, and I tried doing that whole buy one for every outfit thing, and I really didn't even end up like wearing them. Right now I have probably like 4 pairs that I wear like all the time. Number 9, cards. Oh my lord, cards. Anybody who knows me knows I do not like cards. I don't really buy people cards, and I don't really like receiving cards. A handwritten note is a little different. Most of the time, I mean, there's so many different occasions to get a card for, and if you get one from like 5-10 different people, it's just a lot of, it's just a lot of wasted stuff. I found myself like a few years ago just like drowning in cards. Like I said, I'm a pretty sentimental person, so you know, especially when people have written inside the card something personal, something sweet to me, I felt like I needed to keep it. And I had this huge box full of cards, and cards was just one of those things where I'm like, I just have to say goodbye to. So now, given I do still have a small little box of cards that I have kept, but I have gotten rid of a ton, and I mean a ton, of cards, because those can just pile up. Number 10, clothes that I do not like or do not fit me or just don't look right. Over the years, I've really struggled with just fashion and clothes in general. I would try to listen to the media, rely on them to tell me how to dress and what looks cool so that I knew what I was doing. And I'd also try to look at other people and what they were wearing, and I just ended up like buying all these clothes, and then afterwards, and since they were kind of cheaper, you know, because I'm poor, since they were cheaper quality clothes, if I didn't like them, I was like, well, it's only like $5, so it's not that big of a deal. Or if I shopped online, which I love doing, I didn't want to go through like the hassle of like returning it, because again, it was only like $3, so. But then I just ended up with these piles and piles and stacks of clothes that I didn't even like. So it's just a big waste of money. It's a waste of time. It's, you know, you just spend all this time organizing and cleaning and not wearing these clothes just to end up having nothing that you like wearing. So what I've been doing is actually intentionally spending more money on my clothes. And the reason for that is I can't just say, oh, it was only $3. Like, it's fine if I don't like it. If there's a shirt that costs $40, I'm like, and I don't like it, I'm like, heck no, I'm getting my money back. And also, when you have these kind of higher quality clothes, they don't wear out as much, so you can actually have a much smaller wardrobe and only, you know, a few things that you really love, and you can wear them constantly and they won't wear out. I remember buying these like shirts from these places, and literally 1 year later they've got like, they're totally stretched out, the seams are like torn. So either I'd have these clothes that I didn't like, that I never wore, but they were too cheap to just return, or I had all these clothes that were very low quality that would just fall apart, so I'd keep having to buy more clothes. So I said no to the cheap clothes, no to the clothes that I hated. Any clothes that I had that were in good condition, I would either give away or sell because someone else might love it, and I'm just keeping it in my closet and it's not serving anyone, and it's not being loved. Those were my 10 things that I just got rid of and said no to right off the bat, and have stopped buying more of, or have stopped buying altogether. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to hear more about minimalism, or about my life regarding minimalism, or just different ways to stay organized and live a more purposeful and meaningful life. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.